couldn't see it. Felt so nice, but now I'm ready to feel it.
Well, Saara, thank you so much for joining us here in Eurovisionary. It's a pleasure being talking to you, and all the best luck for the Eurovision, first of all. Well, I have some questions for you in regards to your Eurovision journey overall. Now, in UMK, you obviously performed the 3 songs.
Yeah.
But the Finnish public, along with the jury, decided that Monsters was the best choice for you. Do you agree with that choice, and are you happy with that choice?
I am very happy with that choice, but I have to say I love all of those songs. But I do believe maybe Monsters is... can I say safest? I feel like Monsters is for everyone. Like, it might be Queens is kind of like a song that some people love it, some people hate it. And Domino is a ballad, so maybe some people would find it boring. I don't know, but maybe. But you know, Monsters is quite like, it's for everybody, and I think it's a very good choice for Eurovision. And also the message is very, very important.
So you did agree with the choice overall. It was a good choice.
It was definitely a good choice.
So tonight I'm making friends with all the creatures that are hiding there under my bed.
We are only 2 months away, basically, from the Eurovision. Have your preparations already started?
Oh yes, they're going on all the time, like night and day, all the time. It's crazy.
Any spoiling or not yet?
Well, I can just say that we are, let's say, building a new show, and it's very, very busy because we are trying to make sure we have the perfect performance coming. So,
well, taking into consideration what you did in UMK, just a national selection, one can wonder what's yet to come.
I ain't gonna hold on to these monsters anymore. Now I'm gonna let it all the lighter down the walls.
As I said, 2 months away for the Eurovision. I wonder, have you had the time and the patience to go through all the 43 songs?
no.
No, you don't know any
No.
of them?
Just couple, but I actually kind of like, I don't have time, and B, I'm also like, I want to be a bit like in my own bubble at the moment because I'm concentrating on my own performance. So if I would be looking at all the other songs, I might be influenced, like, oh, so maybe I should do that because that is doing that or whatever. I don't want to get anything like that. I just want to concentrate on my own thing now, because I know I will be listening to these songs throughout the whole May, so it's fine that I don't know them yet. Yeah.
It's my life. I'm ready to lead it. I'm gonna roll the dice. You better believe it.
Leaving Eurovision just a little bit aside, you obviously came from the X Factor UK. Ever since the moment that you were introduced as the act for Finland, has anyone, like your mentor from the X Factor, ever talked to you, gave you any advice or something so far?
You mean about Eurovision or in general?
Yeah.
It is actually, I can tell you a little secret, nobody knows about this yet.
Good.
Now that you asked, it was before, I mean, this is crazy, but before my, before the news that I'm going to represent Finland, before that, I met Louis Walsh, who's one of the judges. I met him in London, and he came to me saying, Saara, I've heard rumors you are doing the Eurovision. And I was honestly like, what? Like, it's not public yet. I haven't told anybody. So how can he know? And I was like, no, well, I don't know. You have to see. I couldn't even admit to him because I still don't know how he knew. Do you know? How can he know? But maybe he sometimes worked for the Irish Eurovision, right?
Yes.
So maybe he has some inside information. Maybe he heard it from EBU, but I don't know. But it was so weird. So he was like, Saara, if you have a good song, you have to do it. But if you don't have a good song, don't do it. And I was like, well, let's see.
So he was the one to give you a first advice overall, right?
Yeah, even before anybody knew I was even doing it. It was crazy.
All right, well, coming from the UK, the show, the X Factor, tell me something. Do you expect to get the famous 12 points from the British people?
they better give me. I don't know.
They've been voting for you for so long. Why not now, right?
I know. I hope it's gonna be like on the X Factor again. Like British people will be like, yeah, our Saara, it's our girl. I hope so.
Do you miss it?
Sorry?
Do you miss it?
Of course, yeah. I mean, X Factor was so much fun, and I just love performing and singing. So of course, I'm like, Eurovision is even bigger than the X Factor. So it's like getting back to the same kind of thing. And Brian Friedman did all my performances for the X Factor, and now he's doing my Eurovision performance. So it's very much like the same kind of feeling for me, which is really great.
Well, Brian is definitely an amazing choreographer. You know, he does all the type of amazing choreographies that we know, and has been transcending time. Well, last question now, like obviously a reference to the amazing song that is Monsters. In the song you mentioned there are monsters, you know, right under your bed that you want to be friends with. My question is, are you now friends with those monsters?
I have to say I still have some monsters that I'm not friends with, because you know the song is all about those negative comments that you've got in your life, and like I believe all of us have experienced those moments when somebody's telling you that you are not good enough, or you should change yourself, or who do you think you are, or something, and I've always been like, I'm not going to listen to those people, I'm just going to do my own thing, and that's how I've always done. But I have to admit, I do hear some of those voices still inside of me, and I kind of understood it better when I went to UK. I understood that Finnish people were kind of pushing me down because I'm not very typical, like a typical Finnish girl. So I kind of understood it better when I went out of Finland. I was like, okay, these Finnish voices are in my head. I want to get rid of them because I want to be the best Saara that I can be, and I think everybody should be the best version of themselves. And you have to work to get those monsters out of your head and kind of be friends with them. Be like, okay, this has happened, but it's fine. I forgive you, you forgive me. Let's move forward.
Well, that's very beautiful to say, very inspiring. Well, Saara, thank you so much for your time, for talking to us in Eurovisionary. And again, the best of luck on Eurovision run. I'm sure it'll be great.
Oh, obrigada.
Oh, thank you. De nada.